What's going on, 49er Fake, 49er Fam, 49er Gang? It's your boy 49er Dion back here with another video, man. So the schedule is out. Now, I know it came out a couple days ago, and I'm probably a few days late on this, but either way, I'm here to give y'all some content regardless. Now, I already gave y'all an update on the things that have been happening in the division. Looks like Roger Goodell has sent out some contingency plans to start to get the facilities ramped up, to see what we can do to make sure we have football, man. Because at the end of the day, September is a few months away, and I would love for the end of August to be the moment where we can at least be in the stands and be able to cheer our team on, man. That would be lovely for me. Um, so the first thing is the preseason schedule, which is pretty simple because that's how we evaluate the talent. We always evaluate our undrafted free agents and, of course, our draft picks in the preseason. So we have Denver, the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, we will be playing the Raiders. I know they stopped that after a while, man, because I tell you right now, man, this ain't no disrespect to our people, but on both ends, we was savage. 49er Raider games, man, bro, that's not for the faint of heart. You got to be out there. You got to be ready. You got to be with the shits to go to the games. Um, so I'm definitely, surprised they put that back on the schedule. But, I mean, it's in Vegas, so maybe people be too drunk and gambling too much to be thinking about all the violence. We do play the Chicago Bears. We do go ahead and we play the Los Angeles Chargers to close out the preseason, as we always do. And we usually whoop the Chargers' ass. I mean, Denver got a little bit better, you know what I'm saying, through their draft. The Raiders, it's the Raiders, people. Like, there's nothing they do that really impresses me. I'm sorry to any Raider fans actually, no, I'm not sorry to people that I offend. Period, point blank, the Raiders suck. They just suck. It is what it is. And y'all stuck with little Chucky for the next fucking 9 years. So it is what it is. Then we got Chicago, we got Los Angeles, and the Chargers. I mean, it's the preseason, but the whole thing here is strictly evaluation of the players that we drafted, evaluation of the players that we want to make the squad or who are fighting for a roster spot. So that'll be cool because we get to take a look at some of these undrafted free agents that we had, like the kid DeMarcus AC, like Jared Maiden, like the kid Jermichael Hasty, Salvan Ahmed. So we'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying, with those guys. We got a couple of people that we brought in that I'm pretty sure just are there to fill spots, not going to make the squad. Most of them probably wind up on the practice squad at a bare minimum if they can't make the team. As far as Jermichael Hasty is concerned, the Salvan Ahmed, it's going to be a hell of a time trying to beat out Jerick McKinnon, Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert, and Jeff Wilson Jr. So good luck with that, guys, because that ain't finna be no walk in the park. So we open the season at home against the team that I told y'all is going to give us the most fight in the division. I still believe we sweep our division, but I think our biggest fight comes against the Arizona Cardinals. They improved on offense by getting, DeAndre Hopkins and getting rid of David Johnson and his horrible contract that they had him on. So, I mean, you can't even be mad at him for that. Then they went ahead and they drafted very well. First round, they picked the person nobody thought they were going to pick. It was ridiculous, man. Like, you'd be so surprised to see what teams do and how they do it. It's definitely a confusing move. But the first round, they pick up Isaiah Simmons. That's a Swiss Army knife, man. That's like Jimmy Ward on crack. This dude plays safety. He plays linebacker. He plays DB. He plays all over the defense. He's anywhere you want him to be. So he does whatever you want him to do. I can dig that, and I feel like that's a great move for him. Luckily he got drafted that high. I mean, I was definitely not expecting him to go anywhere near Arizona, but they did need to help with their defense. They were dead last in the league. So then, to be honest with you, they helped themselves by picking up a left tackle to go ahead and protect his blind side. And then That kid Eno Benjamin, man. Eno Benjamin paired with Kenyon Drake. Yeah, y'all, our rush defense better be on point because Eno Benjamin is a beast, and we already seen what Kenyon Drake did to us last time we played that motherfucker. So we start up with the Arizona Cardinals, then we move on to the New York Jets. We play them. Then we play the Giants, Philadelphia, Miami, the Rams, New England, Seattle, Green Bay, New Orleans, and our bye is in week 11. So we don't have that early bye where we're all gassed out by the end of the season and we're tired and we're worn out. But our bye is at week 11. Then we got to play the Rams, Buffalo, Washington. Then we play Dallas. Then we play Arizona. And we close out the season again with the Seattle Seahawks, with probably possible playoff implications in place, which is to be expected because you expect Seattle to be in a playoff hunt because of Russell Wilson. So at the end of the day, when I looked at a lot of the things here, so the teams that we face have a combined win-loss record of 109 and 98. 7 teams at or above 500 are the teams that we, are part of the teams that we face, and 5 teams below 500 winning percentage. Now, I know y'all saying it's only 12 teams, but you got to remember we double up with the divisional games. So we face 6 playoff teams on the schedule. We have the 4th hardest schedule according to the NFL. We face 3 teams that finished last in their division, i.e. Arizona, Miami, and Washington. And then I'm taking a look at it, and right now, looking at everything, we face 4 teams that had top 10 in offense, and then we have 3 teams that finished top 18 in the top 20, in the top 10 to 20 in offense, and then the rest of the teams were pretty much bottom of the league, from an offensive standpoint. The worst offense we face is the New York Jets. They were dead last in offense. Of course, Washington sucked something awful. So did Chicago. So did Miami, Buffalo, the Giants, and the Cardinals. All of them were either 21 or lower in total offense throughout the league. Now, defenses, of course, we had a great defense. We had a great offense. We placed very high. But then when you look at it for the defenses, we face at least 5 top 10 defenses, i.e. New England, Buffalo, the Jets, Chicago, and Dallas. Now, the funny thing about it is that with, the Jets, it's crazy how you had a number 7 defense, but you have pretty much the worst offense in the world, And I don't think if Sam Darnold was there, it was going to be much better. So you got to think about that. Then we got 4 teams in the top 20, Dallas, Philly, New Orleans, and the Rams, and then Green Bay. And then the rest of the teams, at the bottom of the barrel. And this gets low. So the Giants were 25th, Seattle's 26th, Washington was 27th, Miami was 30th, and Arizona was 32nd. So you got to think about it from that standpoint. We facing some good defenses and some real shitty defenses. Now I can say right now that, in all confidence, when it comes down to it, we went 5-1 in our division, if I'm not mistaken, last year because we lost to Seattle at home. But we beat the Cardinals both times, and we beat the Rams both times. It was a bit of a nail-biter, but it was definitely well worth it. And I can definitely see that being, probably a little bit of a battle next year, but I still don't see us losing. The only person in the division that's possibly ever going to pose any kind of a threat to our playoff run or our playoff success is going to be Seattle. Now, I can tell you right now there's a bunch of people out there going, well, Super Bowl hangover. Look at what happened with the Rams, okay? Here's the thing. The Rams didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo. The Rams don't have anywhere near as potent of an offense as we have. And the Rams just traded away and or cut or let go of anybody on their squad that actually fucking mattered. So we have nothing to be worried about. We're actually doing real good. Everybody's going to be doing perfectly fine. I think the only thing that we really got to do is just continue to keep growing and keep getting better and continue this revenge tour, And at the end of the day, we need to solidify, a Super Bowl, because we were 5-0 in Super Bowls as a franchise. Now we 5-2. Last two Super Bowls we went to, wound up just being, a disaster. And when we played and Kaepernick took us to the Super Bowl and we played the Ravens, we all know that at the end of the day, man, then this is just me. Some people may not believe it, but there's no way in hell we was getting our asses handed to us like we were, and magically at halftime the goddamn lights go out. No, man. No, that was Vegas. That was Vegas. That was the mob. They was basically like, yo, this is getting a little too lopsided. People randomly put that the Ravens are going to whoop that ass. They about to get paid crazy. We got to make this a closer game, man. I can't do this. And at the end of the day, what happened? We almost won it. We came back, everybody thought it was a hole. At the end of the day, you don't lead a game up to the refs, and you don't lead a game up to chance. You make it happen, you do what you need to do, and you make sure that you get that shit straight. So, to be honest with you guys, I'm looking at the schedule, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not scared of any of these teams. There's not a team on the list that actually says, I'm actually going to be like, oh shit, we can't win this game. Every game I feel we can win. I feel at the bare minimum we go 15-1 rather than 16-0. And I'm just calling that right now because I have that much faith in the squad. Like, we replaced the Forrest Buckner with Javon Kinlaw, basically a younger, cheaper version of him. And then, we didn't really lose much in the offseason. I mean, we did what we had to do. We lost the biggest loss we had in this offseason outside of DeForest Buckner was Joe Staley retiring. But then we replaced him with Trent Williams. So the ball keeps rolling. And Trent Williams isn't on a learning curve where he has to figure out the offense and take time and he's got to do this again. He already has familiarity with Kyle Shanahan and he loves Shanahan. So there we go. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, you're not going to see unfamiliar faces on the field, save for maybe a little rotation on the D-line, but I don't think that it's going to, stop anything. We still will have our DJ Jones and Ronald Blairs and, we'll have Kinlaw and you'll see Armstead there. He'll be playing, D-tackle and D-end. And, what I'm saying? There'll be a rotation. Hopefully we can get D4 for a full fucking season instead of 5-6 damn games because, my hamstring hurts again. To be honest with you, when I'm looking at everything, I just see us beating all these teams. You know what I'm saying? There really aren't teams that scare me. No one's scared of New England anymore because Tom Brady's gone and nobody believes in Jared fucking Stidham. You know what I'm saying? With Arizona, you still got building to do. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins have to build a rapport as quarterback to receiver. They haven't even had that chance because of this whole coronavirus bullshit going on. So you got to think about it from a standpoint where these guys are kind of lacking to be able to build the camaraderie and the defensive glue and, what they want to do strictly based on the fact that, the coronavirus has held up a lot of, normal team things. OTAs would have been, going on right now, and the rookies would have been in and the vets would have been in. Things would have been rolling in the right direction, So, to be honest with you, I got to look at it on a game-by-game standpoint. Arizona, it's a wrap. We win that. It's going to be a fight because they give us a fight every time, and anybody who has watched, us when we play Arizona the last couple of years, man, it's been crazy. Like, if you look at it, Arizona was whooping our ass for the last couple of years. Josh Rosen beat us. So, Cardinals was getting in our ass, and it wasn't until last year where we swept that ass that we finally took them. It was crazy. It was driving me insane. I live in Arizona, and it would just destroy me that I have to look at Cardinal fans, and they can sit up there and talk shit to me and say they beat my team. And we know we're better than them, so we got that. Jets, need I say more? Bottom of the league offense, top of the league defense. Come on now, people. That's a dub. The Giants. Dub. We just have to stop Saquon Barkley. If we stop Saquon Barkley, we stop the Giants. Period. End of discussion. Because they don't really have any other weapons. I'm not going to be afraid of anyone else. We traded them Caden Smith, who was probably slow. He moved like molasses, and there wasn't really no reason we even really drafted the guy. So it is what it is. I think Toy Lolo might have went there too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think Toy Lolo went there, but he went there as a free agent because we let him go. Next up, we got Philly. They got Jalen Reagor. And Deshaun Jackson's supposed to be coming back. He's on the mend. Somewhat of a quarterback controversy because they drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round. What I believe, period, point blank, is Jalen Hurts is an insurance policy. Yeah, people may say he's a project, he needs work, he needs this, he needs that. At the end of the day, the dude is still a damn good quarterback, and Carson Wentz is still injury prone. So what do you have? You get yourself a viable insurance policy who knows how to run RPOs to the max. That's what the guy did in college. That's what they're running over there in Philly. So it makes sense for them to have that contingency plan should Carson Wentz wind up getting hurt at some point. It's perfect. I'm sorry, and anybody who doesn't like it, oh well. It's the truth. You got to have a contingency plan for a guy that just cannot stay on the field. He can't stay healthy. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's how shit works. So Philly is a dub. It's Miami. I don't believe you'll see Tua this year. I do believe that Tua sits for at least a year behind Ryan Fitzpatrick. The reason being is because they don't know what his health is like, and they want Tua to be able to start doing the things that Nick Saban said he should be doing, i.e. making sure that you get rid of the ball when you need to, making sure that, you don't have to be Superman every play. You don't have to make every play, bro. Like, you can just get rid of the ball, call it a day, and you'll be all right. That's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. Just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, Miami is a dub. The Rams are trash. Todd Gurley's gone. The Rams are just straight trash. They lost damn near all of the superstar pieces they had. They still had that trash-ass quarterback in Jared Goff. He ain't nothing. So, that's another dub. And, oh, by the way, SoFi Stadium looking beautiful. It's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? We will be doing some of the most beautiful things in the world, and we're going to take over that stadium just like we took over the Coliseum. It's going to be a wrap. So we go ahead and we beat, we beat the Rams. Then we got to go to New England. The only thing I'm worried about there is the defense because I don't know what the offense is going to look like with Jarrett Stidham. This will be game. So it's about 7 games in, so we'll have had a little tape on him if he is the starter to know what goes on. If Brian Hoyer winds up starting over him, we already know how to attack him. We had the fool. So that's an easy dub. Then we got to go to Seattle. Now we got to pull off another dub in Seattle. But I think we can do that. I think it's very simple and it's a very easy task. We have to just be very smart with our moves for Seattle. Then we go back home. And we play Green Bay. That's a dub. We whooping their ass every fucking time. Green Bay got its own problems with Aaron Rodgers because they drafted Jordan Love. I still think they blew smoke up our ass in the draft. Talk about they was going to draft Brandon Ayuk. And the next thing you know, we jump up in front of them to draft them and they draft Jordan Love. No, they had that contingency plan the whole damn time because Jordan Love was sitting there waiting for them. And they knew they were going to have to draft Aaron Rodgers, heir apparent at some point. Rodgers got about a good 3-4 years left in him, maybe 2 to 3, possibly. But when you have a contingency plan on hand, in Jordan Love, the guy sits behind Rodgers, he teaches him, Rodgers lets him know his secrets, he shows him the ropes. Eventually, Jordan Love takes over, and they push Rodgers out the door. Maybe probably within the next 2 years, depending on how he progresses. If he turns around and fucks around and looks like Patrick Mahomes in the first damn year, then that would happen, but he doesn't because he didn't look like Mahomes in college. Jordan Love was a subpar quarterback. I don't know really what everybody saw in him from the draft. I looked at everything and I saw all this stuff. So what was killing me was the fact that everybody was trying to give him all the love in the world and say that he was supposed to basically be, this top tier quarterback, and he was supposed to be that great. I didn't see anything that told me he was gonna be that dope. So. For me, Jordan Love is there. That's a problem in and of itself. Then we go to New Orleans. hard part about New Orleans, unfortunately. What we have to go ahead and make sure that we get everything going, and we make sure that we get all of the pieces together, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that we do what we need to do, when we need to do it, and how we need to do it, because it's going to be a situation where, you know, we don't know what's going to go on as far as the situation with Emmanuel Sanders is there, and Emmanuel Sanders knows our offense. So he could basically sell our offense to these cats, man. No, hey, look, when they line up like this, they do this. These are the tendencies of this player, that player, that player. So that's the scary part about New Orleans.